Yeah, if anyone wants to come up here and hang out, just raise your hand and we'll try to bring a handful of people up here for sure. I don't know if Michelle's here. She's been doing some stuff. I mean, I guess everybody here has been doing some stuff, so it's
So we're at 5. Kemp, do you want to kick us off with the format?
For sure. So yeah, welcome everybody. Happy Friday. There's been an agenda posted into the chat. I think the ever unbelievably great Josh has just opened up a thread as well to keep conversation going for the town hall in there. There's also a Slido. Josh, if you wouldn't mind copying and pasting that into that thread as well, that'd be awesome. So today, last week, the Q&A with Slido seemed to work really, really well. It's great having lots of people up on stage. So we're going to continue that, but there's some things that we want to sort of give updates on, just to begin with, like maybe just for 10 minutes, sort of in-flight proposals, how we can make these town halls more accessible, and some of the initiatives that we need to sort of rattle on and get done by the end of season 0, and kind of trying to create spaces for everyone in the community to kind of contribute into the proposals that are going to come out of these kind of objectives that need to be delivered on, so we can close out the season and kind of go wild in season 1. But just as like a general reminder, the goal here is to onboard a new wave of Web3 devs and support them to build Web3 tools and public goods. And I think we're getting on with that nicely. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm Will, or Kempster, Community Guild Lead, and hopefully soon on an ops team with Ryan. I don't know if anyone else wants to just quickly introduce themselves, just in case we've got any new members here.
Sure. Yeah. I'm Ryan. My specialty is coordination, and I'm the ops co-lead here with Kemp. And Kemp, the snapshot vote to ratify that, is that up right now? I know that we went through our proposal process. We went through the forum vote with an 100% approval rating. So I don't think hopefully, I think it's a matter of time. Is that up on Snapshot now?
Most certainly is. I've just posted the link in. The vote went live at 5 p.m. So it's open. There's no POAP for that yet. I'll grab Eric, hopefully later today or tomorrow, to spin one up, and then we'll get that added in there as well.
So we are actively working towards building the sustainable foundations for Developer DAO. We're currently in season 0, and we need you, our members, to help us. One, by voting, of course, and by helping us steer the conversations on the proposals that are active. So please vote, please participate in the forum. And if you ever have any trouble with anything, you can reach out to me or any of us up here on stage. And again, thanks for being here. Maybe Withart?
GM, everyone. This is Withart. I am the Development Guild leader and a huge open source fanboy. We're doing guild. Should I do a guild update? Or are we just introducing ourselves?
Be a quick update and then hand it off to Natter.
Okay, just a quick update. In the last few meetings, we've had our weekly guild sync. We've been discussing the idea of putting out a request for proposals for official season 1 projects for us to work on as a guild or as a DAO. So that is slowly coming together. We're planning on putting that out as a type form where anyone can submit proposals for project ideas that they have that we might be picking up. Yeah, I think that's probably our main focus. Hand it off to Natter.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm Natter, and I don't really lead a guild right now. I'm just kind of on the core team and just doing some leadership stuff and handling social media and trying to do a little bit of the organizing or helping organizing, some of the work around some of the events that are coming up. And yeah, excited to be here. I was out the last meeting. I was in Miami working on site with my team for a week, and actually took a whole week off from the DAO And that was actually kind of nice, but it's actually also really nice to be back in here. We did a Twitter space a week or two ago for Developer DAO. That was pretty cool. Isaiah's up here. He actually co-hosted with me. Wouldn't mind doing maybe some more of those. Maybe like when we have big announcements, we can hop on a quick Twitter space, because it's like very easy to set up and just open the floor for like a public discussion for people outside the DAO. So I think that Twitter spaces are becoming more and more of a good platform for doing any type of just discussions. I think they're almost replacing podcasts. Maybe I think they're a better format. So yeah, just looking forward to the discussion today and to talking about some of the initiatives that we're hopefully kind of like getting now towards the actual like finalization of. And a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, we've been working on for a long time, and it's great to kind of see them coming to where we can actually, move on to kind of outside of season 0 to season 1. So that's it for me.
Isaiah, you want to jump in?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. So yeah, I'm part of the marketing and business development guild, and I've just been contributing mainly with partnerships, working with MBD to essentially secure partnerships that benefit both Developer DAO and also the Web3 protocols or other DAOs that we'll be partnering with for Web3Con, and securing sponsorship opportunities with other members of MBD guild within Developer DAO. So so definitely looking to add more value and contribute more as things start to, I guess, ramp up and as we head into season 1. So yeah.
Cool. I'll take it from there. I'm Mark. I'm leading the Writers Guild. We've recently onboarded a few more editors, which are major assets to our guild. We have very many content producers out there, and we would like on our DAO blog to maintain a certain level of quality. So the editors are a core piece of that. For anybody out there that would like to write for the DAO blog, it can be like technical content tutorials, that kind of stuff. But we're also very interested in your journey in the DAO, in Web3, any like commentary pieces on what's happening on the ecosystem. We've got a broad range of interest, and now we have the editors to help you publish that content on our blog.developerdao.com. So come join the Writers Guild and check out next steps there.
Yeah, I can go too. AL I'm Rahat. Not really active in like a specific guild, though after Web3Con I'll probably be more active in like developer guild. But yeah, right now I'm kind of like helping organizing the efforts for Web3Con, which we do have some updates coming up for y'all in a little bit. But real quick, there are a lot more people outside of the DAO registered for Web3Con than in the DAO. So would love to see more of y'all registering. It's free. And we'll drop the link inside of the thread in developer voice text.
Yeah, Web3Con is going to be awesome. So much interest coming in.
Yeah, I think it might be cool to do like an announcement and just kind of give an overview, because we assume kind of like everyone is up to date with what's going on with that. But maybe, they kind of don't know all the details. So it might be nice to put an announcement together and kind of like just lay out everything that we have going on with the conference, like the date, CFP, like, that type of stuff. Maybe even mention some of the sponsors.
And there's new fresh events and sponsors coming in every day.
We can talk about some of the in real life events that we have planned also today.
I know a lot of us are going to be at ETH Denver. So excited to see everyone there. We're going to be having an in-person event there too. Just like a ton of stuff going on. We did say that we'd use the slider to give voice to the community. So I think maybe we should kick it off from there. Our top question is from Daiwat. Daiwat, are you here? We'd love to let you own this up on stage yourself. If Daiwat is in crowd, it's totally understandable if Daiwat is not here because it's mad super late where he is. And so his question is, when will we get to have a town hall at a different time suitable for people who can't make it to the current time? I'm happy to organize and host if needed. So we will be having a town hall next week at 9 a.m. ET with Daiwat on stage, and we're going to give that a shot. And bridging our community out to more time zones and more localities is definitely an important thing. Isaiah was telling me some ideas earlier today that I think we could have chapters around the world. Like I'd love to see the Developer DAO India chapter under Daiwat's care. There's a lot of room for us to grow around the globe. And like I keep saying, it's super early days. So next week, we'll be doing one at 9 a.m. ET. And we will keep going out from there.
Before anybody books that on your calendar, there has been some chat about moving that even earlier to get even better exposure to more time zones that can't make it to this slot. So let's before you book it on the calendar, wait for maybe an official announcement. Tony, one of our moderators, suggested going even a little bit earlier there, and Kemp and Daiwat have volunteered to moderate for that. So official time slot TBD.
Cool. Things move fast. So next top question here is, what are our DAO priorities right now, and what will they be in the future? Kemp mentioned our two-pillared mission, which is raising up Web3 developers and building public goods. And so those are our priorities today, and they will be our priorities forever.
But I wonder if they're like talking about more specific priorities.
Yeah, so as part of the agenda today is some of the stuff that we need to close out before season 0, in order to kind of get the foundations, as the name goes, for the season in place for season 1. So some really big proposals that we're going to need to push. We're going to need to sort of figure out together and then push through governance before the sort of season closes. Probably the biggest one is about how the DAO is structured, from a guild project point of view, and potentially roles within those projects, and then also kind of coordination around them, and then also how we recognize and reward contributions. So we're hoping that we can kind of bundle those into one proposal, and then another important one probably that will come kind of off the back of that once that starts moving to voting and can totally be discussed right now, is how a budget application and treasury management would work in relation to guilds and projects applying for funding and being rewarded from the treasury in governance tokens, and then also how we might handle revenue coming from projects. So even like things like Web3Con or potential job board solutions, like we need to work out as a community what we all think we should do with the governance token in order to incentivize contributions and reward people for doing really, really good work in the DAO to get more governance weight, and then also what we do with any sort of revenue that's generated from those projects. I'm trying to gather all of this info onto a Miro board, and then so we can kind of see all of these things in sort of one space, with the idea that we can have we can have kind of synchronous and asynchronous calls around these kind of big topics. So the Miro board is very much in sync, or kind of in flow at the moment, in terms of layout and structure, but that's going to be kind of where I'm funneling. Hopefully, can have these kind of synchronous and asynchronous setups so people can follow along with the sort of the process in terms of feedback of where we are right now and where we want to get to, and kind of how that evolves into a proposal for us to kind of close out season 0. So that will be expanding over the next sort of weeks as we kind of go through these process on these items, and we'll be opening up either dedicated threads probably, rather than more and more channels in Discord where we can have chats inside Discord on these topics as well. But for us to be able to sort of close out season 0 and kind of have those foundations in place to really kind of push on into the future, they're kind of the two really big items that are going to need to go all the way through snapshot governance for us to get done for the season and be ready for season 1.
A lot of work to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And for season 1, like Withart mentioned, we'll be looking to have a couple of marquee public goods that we make as our priority, so that we're building pillars for the rest of the community. Does anyone else want to add on to that, or should we go to the next question?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
takeaway.
I'm sorry,
Go for it,
ahead.
Nader.
I would just say, like, aren't we going to be putting out a vote for, and I may have missed this if you mentioned it, for opening the DAO back up?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
So
I think
one of the snapshots that will be made available today is to formalize the process of enabling the NFT, the Genesis NFT specifically, to continue to allow access to the community. So that is essentially non-voting membership into the DAO. And this was
Right.
confirmed by the community in an issuance vote, I believe is the official topic, as a part of discussions around the governance token. So we can finally stop using, like, saying that you can get into the DAO with the caveat that it's not official yet. We will be making that official as soon as that snapshot is complete.
I think that ties into the next question as well, which is, should I refrain from moving my NFT to a different wallet until code is released? And the answer is, you can move it and you can use that NFT to access our Discord and be a member of the community. That's the NFT is good. If you bought it on OpenSea, however you got it, the NFT is good to access the community, and the code airdrop will go according to where those NFTs were on the day the snapshot was taken. So whatever you do afterwards doesn't change the allocation. So you can feel free to move your NFT around.
Yeah, I'll drop the link here again for questions, just in case anyone may have missed that. Yeah. So if you have friends that are asking to get in, I mean, essentially, they could have gotten in this whole time. You know, that's kind of just how our token gating has been working. But we've been working to kind of figure out, obviously, up until about a month ago, whether or not we were even going to do the NFT. But obviously, from everyone's feedback, that seems to be the way that everyone wants to go, and it actually makes a lot of sense in hindsight. And we have that vote. Now we just need to make it official and then kind of like change the messaging. And we might not like hype it up that much right now, because maybe we don't want a ton of new people coming in while we're still finalizing the all the processes and stuff for season 0. Like we'll definitely remove all of the language like saying that you can't join, and maybe we'll even kind of like just let people know that if someone picks one up, they can join. But until we have maybe the ERC20 token and we have sponsorships available for people to get in for free and stuff like that, we don't try to bring in too many people, just so we can make it continue to be sustainable.
So if you have one friend who's really hype and has awesome vibes, like, bring them in, but maybe don't invite your whole town.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of this comes back to making our onboarding process as robust as possible. Once the governance token is out and creates still more pathways to join the DAO, we will want our onboarding processes to be essentially better tested. So this new influx of people, like maybe it's better to call it like a trickle of people that will enter the DAO through picking up the Genesis NFT from a friend or the open market, gives us a chance to test some ideas to see how well we can get new members activated. And to that effect, we still have very many existing members who have not gotten involved yet, who would like to, or don't know how to get started, or so on. So we have plenty of work to get done there. There's maybe on this topic, Kemp can give a quick update about an onboarding initiative that's moving forward in the community guild. That was the author of that post is goes by a number that I don't remember off the top of mine.
2084, yeah, nice one. So yeah, there's a channel in the community guild called Onboarding. 2084 is here and has put in a sort of a draft proposal for how we can start tackling onboarding better. 2084, if you want to jump up and chat about this, like, please do put your hand up. The contents of that sort of draft proposal are kind of really in line, I think, in terms of where we would want the kind of the focus around this to be. So 2084, do you want to give a sort of a brief overview of the direction that you were thinking about pushing onboarding in, and then we can maybe point people who want to collaborate to come join us in the channel too?
Hi everyone. Sorry, I'm a bit under the weather today, but the general premise of the draft proposal was to focus around new member flow. I put up a small document just listing some of, the outline of the idea. And the general understanding is the initial period that any new member joins an organization is really the most critical, the most important. It kind of sets the trajectory and kind of defines whether or not they're going to remain at the organization, how they're going to be when they, go through the organization, and things of that nature. So I kind of use the analogy that coming into the Developer DAO is like coming into a library. It's got so many different books, but you don't actually know where to begin. You don't know what book you want to begin, what guilds, what people, what channels you want to speak to. And so having an onboarding sort of process that is structured but still flexible and allows wiggle room for different kinds of people, different groups and communities that come into the DAO. It allows for, just some structure, allows people to have some clarity. So I think Kemp will post the link to the proposal. I've enabled comments, so this is not restricted to the community guild, but I do think it would be good to have different people weigh in on the process and, jump in and give their thoughts, their ideas, their critiques. I guess, it's a DAO. The more the merrier. If we can, all jump on and collaborate, it can really help to, having this out for people and make sure that the onboarding process for Developer DAO is, sets a standard. Because I think most people have gone through bad onboarding at, various places. It could be university or, tech companies or whatever. So yeah, that's the general outline.
Yeah, thanks, man. The proposal's great. Like, everyone should have a look at it. Definitely don't want it this conversation just hidden in community guilds. So, as was mentioned, the comments are open there. I'm also going to create a space on that Miro board where we can start putting these documents for around onboarding as well. And we spoke about in the Community Guild Weekly this week having a jam session sometime next week where we can start thinking about going through the proposal and seeing how we can action it. That is going to run parallel with some updates and changes to Discord as well. Mainly breaking down what we have right now into sort of more sensible chunks in terms of the categories that currently hold lots and lots of channels, and kind of making it slightly more easier to digest and sort of things grouped together, which will really, really help with onboarding as well. So not going to make any big changes to deleting things, but kind of reorganizing things. And then once it's a bit more manageable and we've got a good onboarding process, we can kind of think about maybe other ways that we can streamline the Discord alongside that as well. But we'll ping out a note about some one or two jam sessions this week on that. And any support we can get would be awesome, but completely in line in kind of the general thoughts of that proposal. I think it's really, really good.
Sorry. Hey, can I? I just want to say that what's it called? I always love when people have to refer to someone as their Discord handle as 2084. I've got someone who's named themselves Neo, who I know in real life, and now I have to always refer to him as Neo. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to just jump in here, and I guess a bunch of the work that we've been doing in MBD, there's I kind of want to take the community and kind of also kind of ensure that we're kind of focusing on this idea of getting people building and learning, and kind of I guess I don't have a lot of visibility. I think we've spoken about this, Kemp, and I've spoken to others about this, is that and I'm going to spend more time trying to navigate the rest of the DAO, but I currently don't have a lot of visibility on how much building is going on, how much learning is going on within our DAO, and I think that's very important for us as we speak to partners. We've got to a point now where we're getting a lot of inbound, and partners are willing to give us money, support us, join us. People want to even join the DAO, but I think unless we get kind of really the kind of learning and contributing and building sides actually up and running and have a way to kind of understand that, I think we're going to, there's a risk of us not quite matching up with expectations with reality. And so I guess a lot of the work you're doing, Kemp, as well, around, and Ryan, around kind of the infrastructure, around, DAO and sub-DAO infrastructure should help with that. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of just raise that point, and also kind of just kind of, share that with everyone, is kind of, is from the MBD side. We're almost slowing down a little bit now to be like, we need to get more confident on the DAO's actual productivity.
Yeah, I think that's a really pertinent point from Naz, and I appreciate him raising it up here. I'm hoping that in the efforts to kind of bring a lot of the in-flight changes that need to be made before the end of Season 0 into this one space where we can all see it, and then proactively organising regular conversations over the next few weeks about how we can start addressing things, as well as having that kind of async view and then spaces where people can sort of feed into these things. We can more quickly start tackling getting those proposals put together, but also including people and across the DAO who are in certain situations where they're not sure exactly what's going on with different initiatives, and hopefully bringing that together will really, really help. I'm keen to sort of kick off some jam sessions over the next week or so we can start bringing everyone's feedback in around all the changes that are going to be made.
Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, it's not necessarily a very specific point or kind of that needs an answer. I guess I'm just keen to expose the reality of MBD Guild right now, in that we're keen to understand kind of what building and what learning is going on across the DAO before we pull in partners. Like, we've been speaking to Polygon, and they're looking to put 20 to 30K a month to sponsor the DAO. If they come in and there's only like 20 people building, it's not going to look good. So I think that's the stuff I want us to really kind of understand and address now.
There's a ton of activity going on. It's just not all centrally reported. So we can think about centralizing some of that excitement, maybe having an "I did a thing today" channel or something for our teams to get hype about. I know that a ton of stuff has been going on at MBD and in general that's not even getting mentioned. That's pertinent to the next question, which is asking for an ETH Denver update and if Developer DAO will have any talks or meetups or what's going on. And I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. Yes, we will.
Yeah, can we bring some people that are helping organize that maybe onto the stage and let them kind of talk about that? I know that I see M here. Anyone else that maybe wants to talk about it? Naz, you're already up here as well. So
Yeah, no, I think that's M's show.
yeah,
As I keep saying, I'm the tool.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I appreciate everybody's help and support putting this event together for Denver. I think we're all super excited with how it's kind of solidifying. I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's safe to say and announce that the event will be happening Friday night, Friday the 18th, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Hudson Hill, which is about a 10 to 15 minute walk from kind of where the main East Denver events are happening. And yeah, it looks like a really gorgeous event. There is an inside space and a heated tent outside. So I will say that if you're planning on coming, definitely bring a jacket so you can mill about, warmly and safely. Yeah, I'm sure more details will be coming as we finalize things, but that's kind of the basis of it.
Yeah, thanks, Em, for helping organize this. We've had a number of sponsors jump in as well to want to be involved with us at that event. Until they're fully locked in, maybe we should wait to announce them. But we've attracted a lot of attention from some of our partners we're already engaging with for the Web3 Con, for the hackathon, for those kinds of things. So it's good. We haven't scared anybody off yet. They only want to be more involved with us so far.
Yeah, it's been really wonderful to see all the interest and support for putting this together, and I'm super appreciative for all the help with that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait to meet people in real life. So crazy.
woo! Yeah, I can't wait. I missed the Miami one, and I was like having so much FOMO because like every 5 minutes I was seeing a picture or something or a video or something.
Oh my god!
So
yeah,
I'm glad to kind of be at this one.
Ryan
that looked amazing.
Ryan had a great idea. Next time there's loads of people going to an event, maybe we should see if we can get someone to sponsor a Developer DAO hack house whilst the event's running.
Yeah, we're seeing about that. So specifically to ETH Denver, I spoke with them yesterday, and anybody who wants to be there but doesn't already have a ticket, like go get your ticket. They will prioritize Developer DAO members. They want to have more developers and hackers, so get it today before it goes to waitlist. And also, we were offered the opportunity to have a stage time at ETH Denver proper. For a fireside chat or whatever it is. So Nader will work with your schedule. I know you're giving a lot of talks for Edge and Node, but there's going to be a lot of us there in Denver, and it's going to be an awesome time.
Whoop, whoop. And if anyone hasn't been to M's Conversations on Wellness sessions, strong recommend. They're amazing. When are we doing them, Em, at the moment? We're alternating them Mondays to Fridays every week.
Oh yeah, yep. Mondays to Fridays every week. So on the weeks that the town hall happens, we're on Mondays. So next week will be Friday.
Nice.
And I believe we'll be continuing to talk about mindfulness and meditation. So yeah, it would be awesome to see everyone there. But yeah, thanks for all the help with the event, and I can't wait to meet everyone.
Thank you so much for all the stuff. You're doing a great job there, and it's going to be awesome.
Can't wait.
And I guess I'll throw out there, we're also trying to put together an event. Michelle is driving this mainly, and a couple of other folks for Miami, for React Miami. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be in a couple of months.
Also, I want to throw this out there too. CoinDesk has their consensus conference in June in Austin, Texas. They are very keen on having Developer DAO have a strong presence there, and they're open to whatever sort of ideas we have in mind, whether it's a panel, hackathon, or just say a series of events that are really tailored towards providing value to engineers who are onboarding from Web 2 to Web 3. And so that conversation with them, I think we'll probably start having. I've told them it would make sense to have it after Web3 Con, and so we'll pull in different members of the MBD and also other members in different guilds to see who would all want to be involved in those conversations and planning that event. But they really want a strong presence there, and they are willing to sponsor travel as well. So, yep, I will. But yeah, I'll follow up with everybody on that, like in the forum and whatever else we need to post that so that everybody can be aware and sign up for any sort of involvement that they want to have with that.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Sign me up. I'm in.
Do you know when in June that's going to be? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
I feel like June's going to be just such a wild month. I've heard of like about 10 or 11 conferences right now in June.
Yeah, and I wanted to give everybody a heads up. So just in case they needed to make adjustments. It's June 9th through the 12th. June 9th through 12th, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we need a conf calendar somewhere.
Yeah, there's a conversation about like what are the top 4 or 5 cons that we like absolutely need to have a presence at, and then
Render ATL looks fun.
MCon, we got to be at MCon, right?
Render ATL is doing like a whole Web3 thing with like NFTs, and they're kind of diving deep in it, and they're doing a good job, a really good job.
Yeah, I just seen Austin.
Yeah,
Austin's there.
And then there's ETHCC, and then they might do DevCon down in South America this year, Colombia. But yeah, we should figure that out when we have the time.
We're going to be scaling up our events teams and our hackathons teams for sure. So if that sounds like something that really appeals to you, it is a great opportunity for you to get involved. So put your hand up, make yourself known, and get involved. Bringing some new people up on stage here. I saw Sanfeng. Josh is up here. Josh is a hero. I want to give Josh the opportunity to introduce himself. Josh has been helping us make things happen. And actually, he can speak a little bit to this next async question. So, Josh, if you're up for it, please take it away.
Yeah, I guess I want to first mention again, I'm Josh. I don't really know that I can define what I do in one sentence or anything. I've been kind of all over the place and learning as I go, but I'm sending a link to the Web3Con tickets again. Rahat mentioned it earlier. I want to provide a few more details before I get to the async question. So we're going to be having the hackathon leading up to the main event. The hackathon will go from the 28th of February to the 4th of March. We're still working on all the details for that, so that will be announced soon. But what you can do now is go to that link and register for a ticket. They're free. We're also going to have some member perks for Developer DAO members, so you'll need to verify your token in your wallet. As of now, we're going to have some Q&A sessions with sponsors, and then we'll have special POAPs for Developer DAO members. On the Web3Con topic still, our CFP is open for speakers still until Sunday, so if you know anyone who you think would be good to speak at this event, or if you'd like to yourself, we're going to have a lightning round, which would go from like 10 to 15 minute talks, a general round, which would be 20 to 30 minutes, and then we're still looking for one more keynote speaker. Natter has volunteered to be one of the keynote speakers, so we're looking for someone else for the second day. So if you know anyone, please send them in that direction. We're also looking for some ideas for different categories for Developer DAO Hackathon prizes. So far, we've come up with best design, best user experience, and most innovative. But if you have any ideas as far as other categories we can add, please send them in the chat and we'll get them on the list. We are still have an open call for sponsors. So if you know of any companies that are looking for sponsorships, one in particular that we're looking for is an accessibility slot. This doesn't have to be a company that provides accessibility services, but we're looking to basically pay for those services with the sponsorship. So this would be the American Sign Language translation on videos and for the live keynote talks. The final call for sponsors is going to be on the 20th of February at midnight UTC. And that's all I've got for that. As far as accessibility.
Yeah, Questbook was the one. I think last time we were talking, they were interested in being that accessibility sponsor.
They are? Okay, cool. I didn't know if that was confirmed. Cool.
Yeah,
great.
That call will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that would be today. And so I was gonna, he just sent me a message back confirming that time worked for him. So
cool, awesome. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I can hop on that if you want. So as far as, I need to pull the Slido up. I also just want to really quickly mention that we'd love to have more speakers from the DAO itself. There's a lot of people, from outside the DAO putting in a lot of interest, both on like the registration side and the speaker side. I'd love to see more people in here. I know a lot of you have done like some dev and tell stuff. It would be cool to like have maybe like an extended version of that, up here for like a wider audience. And yeah, we'd love to see more participation on this side of things. For sure. One more thing to add, I would say if we were to give Josh a title, it would be the glue that ties everything together.
Thank you. I'm going to go with, I've been referring to him as the master scribe, but, well, you can collect many titles.
I'll take secretary. That works. So
general secretary, executive secretary, perhaps.
That sounds too corporate.
Secretary.
No, it's okay. So for accessibility, I've been working on trying to take clear notes. Ideally, we're going to work with the internationalization team in the community guild, which has been recently set up, to translate these notes into different languages so that it's a little bit easier to catch up on things rather than being kind of reliant on putting things through Google Translate, because that doesn't always work. But something we've been working to practicing is recording the meetings with a bot so that at least the audio is available asynchronously. I know Narb is recording the dev and tells, like the video for that. So we're working on building out a system that will work for anyone who may not have made the meeting. If you have any ideas of that, I guess we're going to start spinning up a scribe channel of some sort soon. So if you want to help out with that, please reach out. Another thing that has kind of been something I've been working on for the past few weeks is a test, like a template for us to use for meeting notes. This has a little checklist in it that will tell you like what you should do if you're holding a meeting, how to record it, and has kind of a basic template for an agenda and action items. This is all manual now, but as we build this out, we'd like to try and automate it a little bit, but we got to figure out how to do that manually first. I think that's all I got. Make sure to get your Web3 Con tickets, they're free.
Thank you, Josh. Josh is keeping so many people's weight here. Oh, Natter, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Josh, just shout out for everything that you've done. It's appreciated and often not acknowledged as much as it could have been. So like, yeah, just amazing job. I spoke with also, this is about the conference, Rahat, is also crushing it there. One of the things that he said that he's going to be doing also once we start announcing speakers is kind of like dripping that out through social media. So like, we're going to say, oh, so-and-so is giving this talk. And I think that will also be a great way to kind of generate some good buzz. And, people will share that in their network. I don't know how many people are going to sign up, but don't we have over 1,000 people like have signed up so far or something like that?
I think we're about to hit 1,000. So
We're in that range, yeah.
Yeah, we are at 912. So yeah, I mean, we're pretty close. If everyone here could do that, I think we might pass 1,000.
Maybe we get a coordinated tweet pump going, get the message out there.
For sure. That's also something, if you want to help out build the content calendar for Web3Con, we have someone who's volunteered already, but I think a few more people couldn't hurt. And that would be kind of in tandem with the Writers Guild and the Marketing and Biz Dev Guild.
So on the publicity push for Web3Con, Gitcoin has asked us to partner with them on the next Memapalooza, which is going to be on the Friday before. So we have access to all of Gitcoin's publicity engine for this. So if we've got something flashy that we can push out, they will retweet it. So we have a lot of opportunities to get publicity going. Big memes.
Yeah, also along that line, Tony Orlando, I will be launching sort of the Web3Con series next week. So we'll be doing a Twitter space first with Rahat and the whole team that put this together, just kind of hearing about that experience and how difficult it is to launch a conference. And then we'll be sitting down with sort of the partners and sponsors of the conference as well. So on Thursday, we'll have Protocol Labs and then plans to sit down with Live Peer, Decentology, a lot of the big names in the space. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Sorry, hey, my name is Pedro. So one thing that I really like when I see, for example, conferences from Bristol and etc., they have a thing to the days and how it went and everything that happened at that day and what you should know. We could do something like this and make it public on YouTube so it's visible for people outside. That's not like the around everything that happened that day. So if someone wants to know, I don't know, about Web3 ALF, they can go directly to the data they want and not to certain other data they don't care about. I can do that. I think that nobody said
We accept your self-nomination. Thank you for stepping up.
You know what? I was actually zoned out and I missed the last part of that.
Silence can make anyone do anything, I guess. So it's just a wrap around like a day of the Web3Con. I'm gonna submit a talk there this weekend, and that's something I thought because the topic that I'm gonna submit is very niched. So I think that like depending on the person like specialties and etc., they won't like to see it on that day, and I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but we can make a wraparound of everything that happened. I think that Verso does that. I can send some examples on the chat.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just for me or if it was on your side, but you broke up a lot during your description of that. So I would appreciate some examples that would help me fill in the blanks of whatever I didn't catch there.
Sorry. All right, I will.
Thank you, Pedro.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Pedro. Great to see everybody coming up here and participating. So we're almost at the top of the hour. So this has been an awesome town hall. It looks like we're going to be having another town hall 1 week from now. The recording of this will go out, and the conversation obviously doesn't start or end here at the town hall, but is continuous. So everybody, please get involved. If you want to get activated, put your hand up, make yourself known in general or in the chat here. Reach out to any of us up here on stage. And if you want to keep hanging out in a bit of a less formal setting, we've got vibes coming up at the top of the hour in 5 minutes, like we have every weekday. And then later we've got the Writers Guild call. So action continues. Thank you everyone for being here. Any final notes from anyone up on stage?
Yeah, for anyone.
Yeah, we had.
Ooh.
You first, Kim.
Thanks, buddy. For anyone that's still kind of like trying to find their place in the DAO, the daily vibes calls are a really good soft entry. So we normally introduce to everyone and kind of find out what people want to do, and then try and kind of like dig into that and kind of point people in the direction of where either someone might be able to help them, or like they might be able to find work or contributions or support on learning that suits them. So if you're still feeling super unactivated, if you can make that one of those vibes calls, it's a really, really great place to get going.
And then finally, there was a number of action items that were described up here today. We will follow up with an announcement in the announcement channel to point out and reiterate what those were. We've got a couple snapshot votes available now and later today. And then there's some follow-up from Kemp's got the Miro board going, which has a bunch of questions that we would like some feedback on. We'll be opening up a channel with specific threads for each of those questions so that we can start to collect some feedback and help the community solve the community's problems, and not just a few of us on the core team or whatever try and make the best guesses at what the community wants. So that's all. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, GM y'all. Catch you on
See ya.
vibes.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye, y'all.